captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Oh, baby. Oh, boy. 17 more Thursdays until the madness is in front of us, about to unfold. But as you know, the madness is real, and the madness is already here. And it's only November, baby. Rocking and rolling. Upsets after upsets. Well, I guess just because they didn't cover, it can't be an upset. That's how you know I've been betting too long. Just because you win by 9, it's an upset if you don't cover to me. But anyway, beautiful day yesterday in sports, and we got an even better one lined up for you today. Some good NFL action going on tonight for Thursday night football, and a few good games in college hoops. In honor of being 17 weeks away, I did it. I did what every fiend does. I went through bracketology and got me a Final Four. Later in the show, I want to talk some college hoops with you. I want to talk some Marquette futures. I want to talk some SEC futures. And I want to talk some damn tournament futures for the first time on this beautiful Thursday. We'll probably talk the tournament and futures every Thursday here on out after football. Because Lord knows it's America. And America runs on football, baby. My man, Jaden Chandler Parnell's with me right now in the green room. He's going to come on. He texted me. He said 2 more weeks of college football. I said that could make a grown man cry. He's going to give us all of our college football bets for the weekend. I'm definitely telling him. He's going to break down every NFL game with me. And I'm going to pick his brain a little bit on the landscape that is the college football playoffs, although I don't think much is happening right now. But anyway, it's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. And without further ado, let's talk some damn football. My man, the amazing, the intelligent, the informative, the goddamn winner, Jaden Chandler Parnell. How you doing?
Doing great, man. How we doing over there?
Oh, bro, I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. It finally feels like the holidays are here, and I'll tell you a reason why, and it might throw you off a little bit. Woke up, 50 degrees outside, cut the heater on for the first time. Get that burnt toast smell around the house. You know what I mean? First time cut the heater on all year, and you're like, man, it's my shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Holidays are here.
Yeah, I was about to say we got even for me it was the little bit of snow that's hitting the ground. I mean, we only got an inch, so it's like nothing, but you see it a little bit, it's like, oh, it's time. And then we're a week away from Thanksgiving. That's crazy. Got
A
3
week away.
bangers on Thanksgiving. Not really, but
I know.
got 3 games.
You gonna come on with me, man, next week, even though it's a holiday? Yeah, but I have to
There's a
check my
bear shit in
schedule.
the woods.
Hell yeah. Hell
Oh yeah.
fucking yeah. It's already
I
snowing
mean,
out there?
yeah, like I said, it's an interesting. I won't lie. By the way, real quick, we can push that back like an hour sleep in, probably. By the way, if you want to do that,
Oh
we can
yeah.
talk about that later. But no, yeah, it's we got like an inch out there already. Yeah, it's because it's so cold. If it wasn't that cold, it's probably going to rain, so that's probably the better outcome. It's just a little bit of like it's literally nothing. Like we're talking that
Left
it's
my
like you can still see ground.
left my house yesterday in a white t-shirt and some shorts. It was a week ago. I said it felt like goddamn July, bro.
Yeah, you're
It was like 87 degrees still in New Orleans, bro.
crazy how the weather just like works. Now it's just later too. How it gets cold later. All of a sudden it's like, hey, all right, still warm, and then just boom.
Yeah. Now I took my trash out last night to the curb at 8 o'clock. I said, "Damn, it's getting cold." Time I wake up, I look at my phone. It's freezing in the house, 50 degrees outside. It's supposed to be 50 degrees the next 24 hours. But I guarantee you, it's gonna be 80 degrees again by Thanksgiving.
Probably. Because
But man,
Mother Nature loves it.
gotta love it, man. Talk to me about some college football though, baby. Uh, right here, right now. You said 2 weeks left. Got me intrigued. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we got this the regular season we got this week. We got rivalry week next week, and then we got conference championship week. And then the week after Army Navy, if you haven't by the way checked out those uniforms they came out with. Oh my god. The Screaming Eagles one's nice, but personal favorite of mine are those Army uniforms. The Battle of Bastion. Love those uniforms. Battle of the Bulge for those of you who aren't deep in your World War II knowledge and all that. Really awesome uniforms. I recommend watching the video as well for the Army ones. And if there's even have a little description of it. Super, super cool. But like I said, that's a few weeks away. We got 2 important weeks left. This week and next week are going to be 2 very important weeks for teams because, like I said, college football playoffs is on the line. And after this last bracket, I mean, it was a little bit weird. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to see a lot of teams there potentially because, like I said, a lot of these games matter.
Can I jump in real quick? I said this
Yeah, go for
yesterday.
it.
I don't know if you heard me. And at a time where it feels like a lot of these games matter, why the hell does it feel like everybody playing a cupcake ass game except for like 3 teams?
I think it's obviously they set these schedules up years in advance, so that obviously plays a partial factor in it. But I think it's also just because mix of that and a mix of like I think teams are trying to feel out the college football playoffs. So like they played some tough teams in the beginning, obviously because of their strength of schedule. I think that's also a big. I think that's honestly more of a big factor than people think. The strength of schedule part of it is, for example, like Georgia. Georgia's played a lot of tough teams, and then they're like, why do we need to play another average team? Let's just play some bad team, get our win, get out, and give the team a chance to play us and boost their schedule. So I think there's a lot of that thinking. I really couldn't give you a true answer because it feels like I don't know. It feels like some you would want to say some coaches dodge it, but I don't think coaches want to dodge the good games. I don't know. It's
Man, that's what
college
it
football's
feels
just
like to
weird
me.
with that.
Feel cheated.
If some I do think some, yeah, you definitely could see it. But I don't know. It's just weird because I agree. I don't fully understand it because yeah, Alabama playing Mercer this late into the season is just weird. It's like I don't know why you aren't playing that like week 2.
Yeah, I mean the only
And I just
SEC
have the
game
bye.
that I see that matters at all is Ole Miss Florida. And Florida, it's just a big name, but they asked this year.
Yeah, Texas A&M Auburn might matter a bit, but that's a look ahead spot potentially for Texas A&M for Texas. So that's the only reason that game could potentially matter. I mean, it's just yeah, I don't know. It almost feels like they packed SEC packed it in. They're like, we're getting ready for conference championship. All the important teams, we don't want them losing this week.
That's what it felt like. They was like, hell, bro, we get here and we 10-1, we ain't losing no goddamn game. We gonna enjoy
I don't
our
know.
turkey and enjoy this playoffs.
Pretty much. Damn near. I don't know, man. I can't give you a full good answer. It's just kind of sucks, but at the same time, a lot more teams are alive now, so I guess that's a good part. And hey, if the SEC won't give us some good games, god damn it, other teams will, because we do got some fun ones across the league. But man, poor Ohio State, man. Shout out to them. 12 noon games in a row. What the hell can we do to get them a night game?
Oh, don't nobody want to watch Ohio State in prime time?
I mean, their fans do. So about 101,000 people. No, we'll talk about that game, actually, speaking of. This leads perfectly into my bets, though. Noon.
Uh-oh.
Hoosiers, 13.5. Just feels too many points. No center for not Alabama, excuse me. The Alabama transfer for Ohio State. No center. No left tackle. The center who played last year, though, is going to be starting, so that might not be too big of a change, but the center's still pretty good. I don't know. A lot of the stuff Ohio State struggles with, light the sig. A lot of stuff, but I just saw the lighter, by the way. Missed that. I just saw the real, I don't know, playback. I wasn't paying attention for a minute. I was looking over here. But no, there's a lot of stuff where this game where it's like stuff where Indiana's weak, Ohio State can get them at, but also some places Ohio State can be weak at. Indiana might be able to get them at.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just like the 13.5. I do too, and that's another thing too. Is I think that a lot of people are semi undervaluing Indiana and kind of overvaluating Ohio State. Don't get me wrong, Ohio State's a good team, but they aren't world beaters. That's kind of my thinking of it. And this isn't your same old. This ain't your grandpappy's Indiana anymore. Well, like I just like them to cover. I think they might win outright. Obviously, I'm going to place it, but they're at least going to keep this close. I think because they got like there's going to be some edge to them boys. Because I mean, they hear it. I mean, everyone in Ohio State's like, we should beat this team by 40. How in the hell are they in the playoffs? I mean, these are humans at the end of the day too. These are some hungry college kids. I think they're going to come out and show out the play. I'm very excited about that.
Not only that, real quick, I just want to add this in there. Just as like their window's this big. This is
Yeah.
something that your boy Signetti's been building. Even though he hasn't been in Indiana, he's been building this kind of with this core and this coaches and these players for
Yes.
4 or 5 years now. They know they want it right now. Signetti's a great coach. I'm sure he'll have continued success. But it kind of feels like after this, it's going to be a rebuild as
Yes.
far
It's
as,
pretty.
yeah, his skill positions and all of that. So I definitely feel like right now is the time for Indiana to just, what the fuck we got to lose, bro?
This is literally like their showcase to like, hey, we're a powerhouse now. If they this is their biggest game. This is the biggest game they probably had in years. They haven't beat them in like Ohio State in 37 years. It's been a really long time. And
Yeah.
like I said, a lot of James Madison transfers. So there's a lot of guys who have been there through like James Madison wasn't supposed to make a bowl last year, and they were able to make a bowl through a lot of protests and a lot of just college football getting it right for once. So I mean, this is like you said, there is a lot.
Now they got the opportunity to play Ohio State
For a chance to get into the Big Ten championship. I mean, and this is a complete like this is something that, regardless of the outcome, this is a game that you want to watch this weekend. This is gonna be a really fun one.
Now that's
Speaking
awesome,
of,
bro. These kids got this opportunity because you think 4 years ago, yeah, James Madison. Only time I play Ohio State is in a bye game, 63-3, first week of the season,
yeah,
and now you
or
got a
maybe get them
chance
in a
to,
bowl.
yeah, and now you can tell your kids 20 years from now.
Oh, not even because they weren't even an FBS team for a bit. That like last year was their first like season. I think fully like bowl eligible and everything. Like
I do
you went
remember
there
that.
not
Now
even
you say something, yeah.
Yeah, like you went there not even thinking about that. And now these kids all of a sudden Kurt's like, hey, I'm going to Indiana. I got a few boys coming with me. Imagine being those kids. Obviously, I mean, like this is Curtis Rourke, man, a guy who's played in the MAC. Shout out Ohio, by the way, for winning last night. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be an awesome game. Speaking of awesome games as well, we're gonna go from the Big 10 +2, Big 12, Colorado -2.5. It's 3.5 on some other books, but it's still 2.5 on some of the books I got. So if you can get that number, I love it. This is a Big 12 game, so anything can happen. Kansas is playing amazing. This is an Arrowhead Stadium as well. So this potentially gonna be a big crowd. This is gonna be a fun game. This is I don't want to say Colorado's season on the line, but they play Oklahoma State, who's just basically a dead man walking at this point. They just gave up at this point on the season. It feels like so. This is a game for Colorado where if they win this, there's a good chance they're in the Big 12 title game, and there's a good chance. I mean, this is for similar reasons. Indiana, same for Colorado, but like I said, 2.5 just feels fishy. This is a Big 12 game after all. I am very curious to see how Colorado shows up. They need to protect Shedeur Sanders. They need to be able to have a run game, and they need to be able to stop the run. If they let Kansas run all over them, that game's going to be ugly, and it might be a little bit scary for Colorado. I like the way their defense is playing. Been great.
I feel like Kansas has been the giant killer, so to speak, the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've been literally like, all right, we aren't getting two teams in the college football playoffs. No chance in hell. They literally destroyed their conference. There's no way that two teams get in. Like I'm almost confident at that point now. They're destroying their own conference. So shout out Kansas, man. Forgot about this game, by the way. Friday, San Jose State +7.5. If you want to handicap, like we want to be a basic handicapper. Boise State beats UNLV. San Jose State is within 7 until 2 minutes left in the game. When then Boise goes up 14, and then they throw a pick six. San Jose State does lose by 21. So that score was very, very misleading. San Jose was legitimately had a chance to steal this game. Now coming back home, 7.5-point dogs. They're keeping this close. Give me San Jose +7.5. North Carolina, we're taking them -2.5 over Boston College just simply for the fact that I want to watch Omarion Hampton just run wild on these boys. And it's 2.5, like the number pretty much. Washington State -13.5 over Oregon State. Oregon State, speaking of dead men walking, They're just trying to field bodies at this point. It's getting really bad over there. Washington State coming off a bad loss last week. I think they're going to be wanting to get some, as the young kids say, that lick back. Last game of the day that we love to give out. This is a happiness hedge for me because after last week, I'm pretty sick of these Notre Dame Fighting Irish boys not covering in every game I bet on them, except for Texas A&M game again this season. Army plus 14.5. I'm just hoping they can keep this close. Like I said, happiness hedge. If they win, it helps my future for Army to make the college football playoffs and to keep it close. Cool. If Notre Dame blows them out, cool. I'm a Notre Dame fan. That's awesome. So this is just a happiness hedge for me. I'm not going to be taking this bet too seriously, but this is one of those ones. At least if Army's able to keep it close, I want to have something on it because Army's been so special this year. This is one of those like, hey, wouldn't it be crazy? I mean, crazier things have happened. I mean, Notre Dame lost at home to NIU.
You fighting Irish.
Man, I'm pissed at them. 26 seconds left, 3rd and goal. We'll give up a rushing touchdown. It blows the cover, man. Like, god damn. After being up 35-0 all game, just give up 14 late. Just sucks.
Good, but not great. Sounds like them damn Rutgers basketball team, huh? 1 and 3 against the spread. Anyway, man, I'm gonna be on Texas A&M minus the 2.5, and
I do like that one as well.
I'm gonna be on the over in Alabama, Oklahoma, 46.5. I feel like Alabama's offense has been rolling the last few weeks, bro. I think they're gonna get up 38 by themselves.
I was about to say they can definitely score 35, 38 by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I watch, and I mean, I'm not gonna compare anybody, but I watched Jalen Milroe look like the greatest football player on earth in Death Valley, Baton Rouge.
That boy nice.
2 weeks ago. I don't even remember. I've been paralyzed ever since.
Running wild on them boys. That was crazy.
I think he had what?
Go bad for you.
Touchdowns, 3,000 yards, something like that.
Pretty close.
But man, I'm gonna ride all them bets with you, bro. Fuck it. 2 weeks left. Get it how you live. I'm gonna take you one step further though. Give me the damn Indiana money line.
I am gonna take that as well. I'm taking points for the record, man.
I know. I just want to put a stamp on it.
I love it. Why not?
I fade Ohio State every chance I can, bro.
I'm tired. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've lost money on Ohio State playing Oregon.
Oh, I laugh at Ohio State fans. Has Ohio State, and this is going to show my ignorance, they ever won a championship?
Yeah. I think the last one was like, they won one. I think was Zeke Elliott was there in like 2015, 20. Like they've won one recently. It's just been now about like 10ish years or so. And then they won one in like 2003, I think, when like AJ Hawk and all them were there. So it's like they haven't been dynastic with it, but they've won like one or so here and there, won another one here and there. I don't know the exact years, but
I was about to say that's
they got a couple.
Championship. LSU won in 03 for sure though.
Oh, LSU won in 03.
That's all I know.
I know AJ Hawk has.
No, I believe you. I believe you. My bad.
I don't know what year.
I believe you for sure. Nah, that was Nick Saban's middle finger to LSU. Here's a championship. I'm gonna go dominate at Alabama the next 25 years. But man, when the lights is on, it's time to perform. I actually am excited about seeing Shedeur Sanders in the NFL stadium. I don't know why.
Yeah, it should be fun. Watching Shedeur is just fun, man. When he's on, it's beautiful. It took a little bit to get them rolling against Utah, but I mean, man, it was that 4th and 8 to him and Travis Hunter. Oh my god, boy. I mean, that catch is literally what got Travis Hunter to minus 400 on the Heisman.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't have any dog in the fight, but I have all season. I mean, that's been the talk of conversation. Heisman and Travis Hunter and Genty and all that. And I know you got a lot of dogs in the fight. Not a lot of dogs in the fight.
Too many dogs in the fight.
You got your bedspread covered and the sheets tucked in.
Oh yeah. Either way, we're winning like 300-400 on a Heisman winner. It's just it's looking like, Travis Hunter probably gonna be the one.
Unless right now. Gus Nussmeier. I'm kidding.
Man. Breaking my heart.
Man.
If that would happen. Jumping
to the big boys. If there's any futures you like in the NFL, or you want to just jump into these games? I know we talked futures last week. I just know that shit moves every week.
Yeah. I'll probably have some better ones for you next week. This week I really don't got too much because I looked through them quickly on my show. Most of them just like I don't know. I just can't get myself around to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like Jared Goff, I would love him for MVP, but he was plus 4,000 last week. So to know that was plus 4,000, now it's plus 800 is just like, man, I just like it for the odds, but that's about it.
I know. I think a lot of people are putting that 5 interceptions on his head. And I feel like the motherfucker came back and won.
Yeah, that which just shows a lot of character. And if you think about it, if the season goes out and he only throws another pick or two, to finish with 9 interceptions is not going to look horrible. It's just he's riding a fine line now. I mean, Josh Allen's looked really good too, so has Lamar. But I mean, they've shown they're human too. So it's just it's weird. The Derrick Henry to break the season rushing record, that one went against us a little bit. But Derrick Henry score a touchdown in every single game is still dropping in our favor. That part's nice. Saquon Barkley to season rushing record, it went from 2,600 to 2,000. That's dropping a little bit for us, but then past that, yeah, I don't really got too much for you. I'll come back next week with some looking through it again because, like I said, I looked through this week and there's just not much. A lot of numbers are the same, or it's just a lot of weird numbers where it's like, I don't know.
How you feel about the Eagles ending up with a damn good record? Saquon with 2,000 rushing yards. MVP 65-1.
I don't see why not. I just don't know who'd win MVP on their team. Obviously, it'd have to be Hurts.
I think I don't know. It's a
and he's
quarterback.
17-1. I guess he's actually up there pretty close. I didn't realize how close he was up there.
Yeah, he's a 5th favorite, but I mean, man,
I don't mind it. I mean, like truly. I mean, he truly is. I mean, they've been playing. They must have been getting bashed in the public. They're a good team. I don't get it. I mean, I understand they've had some issues, but they're 8-2. They're in a division where, the Commanders started off hot and they beat them pretty handily when you look at the score.
Yeah, and I think the Commanders are about to end up around 500 at the end of this season, some way, somehow. I think the Eagles get a lot of hate for that weird end of season, to beginning of the season, just not looking great. But like you said, 8-2, it looked amazing the last few weeks.
Offense is clicking.
Yeah, they do get a lot of hate. I think it's their coach, bro. Nobody likes their freaking coach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 100% the coach.
He's just that guy you want to hate. But anyway.
A little quirky.
If you know him, you probably love him. But until you know him, you just want to punch him every time you see him.
That's probably a perfect way to lay it out. That's probably 100% what it is. One of those guys that you want to just punch, but man, you meet him, you're like, I love that guy, man.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He becomes your best friend on accident.
Literally.
Anyway, man. This is Captain by a Hook, man. Jaden Chandler, Parnell with me, talking some damn football, baby. Getting cold. Football is getting serious. Moving on to Thursday night. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, 3.5-point favorites. How about the job Mike Tomlin's done with the damn Steelers this year? I've been high on the Steelers every year my whole life. This is the first year I jumped off the bandwagon. And boy, was I wrong. Steelers minus 3.5, rocking and rolling through the season. AFC North matchup tonight. They're going to Cleveland taking on the Browns. Total set at 36 in the hook here. Man, Jameis, although his stats looked good last week, they only put up 14 points against a bad New Orleans team. I just don't know how this Cleveland offense can get anything rolling against the Steelers.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me though, I've seen a lot about Mike Tomlin in division on Thursday Night Records. Heard a lot about that. And this game just feels weird, man. There's just something about Steelers coming off a battle. I mean, that was a battle last week against the Ravens. Coming into Thursday night, short week. Browns kind of coming in, getting their asses kicked. The Thursday night factor is always there, so it's just kind of in the air. So I'm staying off the 3.5 for that reason. I'm going to probably look to get the Steelers at a better number. Just because, I mean, man, I know they won last week, but Russell didn't look the best. They didn't score any touchdowns.
6 field goals.
It was Chris Boswell versus the Baltimore Ravens last week. I also heard this on the show. I really agree with it. Can he win Offensive Player of the Week and Special Teams Player of the Week? He definitely deserves it. I do like quickly, though, Najee anytime touchdown. I might take that. going to probably take Njoku over 44.5 receiving yards and 4.5 receptions. I'll probably have something on one of those two. And I'm not going to lie, this is kind of disgusting, but it's, I mean, I don't like giving out parlays, but I got a nice little two like that isn't horrible. It's now plus 101, so it's a lot better than minus 103. Jameis Winston over a half passing touchdown, Russell Wilson over a half passing touchdown. Both those are minus 235, minus 240. I mean, simple logic. They're NFL quarterbacks. You would hope they would throw a touchdown pass, especially after both of them kind of struggled last week. Yeah. And like I said, that's plus 101 for both of that. So then it's not bad. I actually kind of like that, but man, this game stinks, dude. I'm not going to be taking a lot on it because these are two teams. Props are not fun to bet on these two teams.
Oh, no.
That way.
Just the last two teams you went props on. I mean, your boy Jared Judy, 3 catches, 800 yards last week. Didn't mean a damn thing. I don't know. He just kept breaking free. I will say, forgot what I was going to say. To your point, that Pittsburgh Steelers defense has got to be tired, bro. I mean, just 4 days ago, they went at a slugfest with the Ravens and held it up.
And now they got another division battle against the Cleveland Browns, who aren't horrible now that Jameis is back there. They just aren't good.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this game, but I really don't have a true lean. I think the Steelers pull it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland has some kind of weird bounce back and end up putting 27 points on a Steelers team that literally just went to war with the Ravens.
Going to be a great football game. Probably going to be a horrible betting game. That's what it's starting to feel like.
Yeah. Imagine waking up on Monday and they're like, all right, let's get ready for the Browns. The Browns? On Thursday?
Sean's still playing?
God damn. No, it's definitely going to be a fun one for sure, man.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun, but might also not be.
Speaking of a fun one, 3.5 road favorite, the Minnesota Vikings going to Chicago, taking on the Bears. 39.5 is the total here. I'm going to be honest, the Vikings, they've been looking shaky. They look like the fighter the last few weeks where the knees start buckling. They backing up a little bit when they get hit now, and it's like, hold on, that uppercut coming. I just don't know if the Bears are the team that even has an uppercut in their repertoire to give them. But I'm not excited about this Vikings team.
It's week 12 in the NFL, right? We got about 3 more months left in the season. I don't need to be betting Vikings Bears, man. This game is just going to be. I mean, because they have a new OC, Bears to have somewhat life. I'm looking at Justin Jefferson, Roschon Johnson for touchdowns, maybe, but I'm just going to try not to think about this game too much. Maybe check on it live if Vikings are down, maybe bet them a little bit. But Bears actually looked pretty decent last week. Should have beat the Packers, but somehow they're the Bears and they lose. Like I said, Vikings, they looked pretty shaky last week as well. I don't want either of these teams. I want nothing.
Yeah, man, Bears. You said it best, bro. They
God
one week
damn,
you're
man.
like, oh damn, Caleb Williams might be good. This team might be good. And then the next week you're like, oh, these boys trash.
This is the best way to explain it. You remember that group chat at the beginning of the season, right? In fantasy football, those Bears fans talking. That should have been a ghost town for a few weeks now. If that doesn't explain what's going on with the Bears, I don't know what does. There has not been any enjoyment out of those Bears fans, man. And shocker, Bears fans aren't having fun again.
Nah, yeah.
I told you that.
I mean, I said it when they drafted him. Everybody did. That was the meme.
Yeah, I was like, hey, let's.
Y'all fourth career.
And look, we got these wide receivers. Look at all these skill positions, guys. Well, meanwhile, all the Bear fans are like, where the fuck's our offensive line?
Yeah.
It's Caleb Williams has a chance to be good. I just think that the situation he's in is just not helping him out at all. Let's just put it that way. I don't need to bash on the Bears all day. They already got it bad enough.
Hey, man. 8.5 win total, bro. I told anybody that would lay it with me, I give you 8. Take the hook off.
Oh man, Bears.
Bears. But anyway, let's go on to a even uglier game. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby, coming off of a bye week, hoping to get your boy back. I'm not sure if there's been any news since Tuesday. I heard he's been trying, Mike Evans, trying to get back in the damn game. No official word unless you know something I don't.
He should be back to play, I think.
Tommy DeVito. The Italian. Put some pastrami on that lunch. Giants plus 5.5 at home. Total 41 in the hook. Man, I kind of think the Giants are hot, but you just called me a lame ass that wants to bet Tommy DeVito and fade the Bucks. It's a win-win for the NFC South, baby. As far as opportunity. And
I
then
was
the
about to
Bucks
say,
come out and win 28-10, and you're like, damn.
had him in the first half. No, the fact that they didn't start Drew Lock and they started Tommy DeVito tells me everything I need to know about this situation. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 5.5. Probably take Bucky Irvin to score a touchdown. Probably take Mike Evans to score a touchdown. Probably take some. I'm deciding if I want to take some Bucky Irvin rushing stuff or Rashad White receiving stuff. But I don't know. We're gonna probably keep it light on the props because this game might get ugly and it just. I don't know. The Giants stink.
They do, unfortunately.
They almost got me feeling bad for Daniel Jones. Then I remembered how much money he made, and I was like, he'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, every couple
He'd be
years
all
we
right.
see this. We see a guy that don't deserve a $300 million contract get a $300 million contract. It's just crazy that within 2 years they're like, yeah, we fucked up, bro. Get him the hell up on out of here.
Let Saquon go, which good for Saquon. But yeah, the Giants are gonna Giants. They stink. It's unbelievable, man. They can't get their shit right either. It's crazy how New York football teams are just an absolute mess right now. Been a mess.
Man, makes you miss the GOAT, huh? Young Eli.
I bet Giants fans. Yeah, I was about to say Giants fans probably love Eli at this point now after all the bullshit they've been through.
Oh yeah, how could you not? I mean, he's the greatest quarterback we ever seen play.
He beat the GOAT. I can't argue with you. Beat him
Twice,
twice
baby.
too. I was about to
I
say
say this a lot about Eli
he
Manning.
proved it wasn't a fluke. He did it twice. Doubled down on that thing.
I know. I argue with people all the time back in the day. I was like, bro, if you take 06 to 15, like that 9 year stretch, Eli Manning's the best quarterback in that 9 year stretch. And that's over Drew Brees having his great year. That's over Brady. That's over his brother. Eli just, the reason I love Eli so much, and we ain't got to get on Eli too much, but he just did it with nothing. Like with Peyton, it was so serious, meticulous. This got to be like this. We got to run this. We got to have this. Marvin, great receivers. Breeze, same way. Brady, same way. Eli, it felt like he woke up, ate some cereal, showed up, and was like, "Who we got today, dog? Huh? Let's run this thing, bruh." And just busted people's ass and got two rings, not giving a damn.
I love
And
Eli.
I just love it, bro.
I can't argue with that. I love Eli, man. He's awesome.
Yeah. Two
Aging like
rings.
fine wine.
Breeze only got one. Ain't that some shit? And you would take
Yeah.
Breeze over Eli 1,000 times, man. New England, speaking of Brady, Patriots, baby, 7.5 point dogs going down to Miami. Total set at 46 and a hook. Miami trying to get their groove back. I feel like their Raiders game was closer than the score looked.
They released the touchdown props. I'm not happy. You can go ahead. I'm just not happy.
Oh, no, you good. I get it. I get it. I get it. How you feel about
Man.
Miami, New England?
I want to take Miami minus 7.5, but I also, yet again, back to it's week 12 in the NFL. We got 3 months left. Do I really need that Miami minus 7.5 here? This is a game where they should win by about 10 or so. But then I'm just gonna be frustrated when they don't. But I at least have it written in red, so I'll probably end up taking Miami minus 7. We'll see how college football goes. If college football's a great day, we'll probably be like, screw it. We'll bet Miami minus 7.5. But I give out Devon Achane to score a touchdown, and that was before I realized he was minus 220. That really sucks. That like, all right, cool. I guess I'm just not betting that and hoping I can get it live at a better number. If anybody's gonna score for I don't mind Ramondre Stevenson, but yeah, this is one of those weeks too. 6 teams are on bye. This just feels like a week the NFL just kind of punted. So you know what? I'm gonna punt it too. I'm not gonna take much in this game either because I don't know what's gonna happen. I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots end up beating them. Wouldn't be shocked if Tyreek has 100 yards. Wouldn't be shocked if Tyreek has 3 catches. He's playing with a hurt wrist, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of weirdness with the Dolphins this year too.
Most overrated receiver since Chris Olave. Tennessee Titans, baby. They're 7.5 point dogs as well. Moved down from 8.5. They're taking on the Houston Texans, who have been just holding on for dear life to that elite status. Total set at 40 in the hook. I kind of like the Titans to cover here. I do think the Texans win it, but Texans and I don't know stats, but Texans have seemed like the worst team ATS this season. I know I'm gonna say that, and somebody's gonna be like, "Well, this team's 1-5 or whatever it is." But Texans, last I looked, they were like 1-5 ATS, and I don't think it's gotten much better. 7.5 just feels too big for a division game, but I don't know. Like you said, I know I'm getting old because I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm thinking, do I even feel like sweating this shit out?
Yeah. I mean, it's I feel the same way. Like I almost want to take the Texans minus 7.5 because they should beat this team. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Titans won this game just because of how
exactly.
the Texans just. I mean, the Texans did feel like they got some stuff rolling last week against the Cowboys. So I probably am going to take them this week just for the fact that maybe they'll be able to carry it into this week. But I don't know. By the way, worst teams against the spread. Actually, funny enough, tighten up. They are 1-9 against the spread. So that's kind of frightening. And somehow, so I'm assuming that the Texans are about average on the spread because this has Cowboys, Jets, Giants, Browns, and then all goes down the go pack go at 4-6 against the spreads. I'm assuming that the Texans fall around that 4-6, 5-5 range, which might as well be 1-9 because if you're going 50% with them, I'm assuming a lot of people are not happy because they're like, oh, of course, I chose the 3 losing weeks. But yeah, I kind of lean Texans here, but I can't. I just don't. These numbers suck. I'll just be honest with you. These numbers suck. Oh, let me bet Joe Mixon score a touchdown. Minus 220. That sucks. Give me him to score twice, though, again. Nice. Plus 250. Thanks.
For a guy to do an amazing feat.
I mean, he went off last week, though.
Yeah, but I mean, usually that don't happen twice. And I will say this. It was the Cowboys. Everybody's going off against the Cowboys.
Can't wait till we get to that game. I got something
Hell,
for you there.
the Saints was going to win the Super Bowl after they beat the Cowboys, and then they lost 7 straight. We realized real quick that didn't show nothing about the Saints. That showed us everything about the Cowboys.
Yeah. Hindsight being 2020, yeah. That was more of a holy shit the Cowboys fucking stink.
Yeah.
Kamara just ran wild on them boys.
Nah, I haven't heard Cardi Gras since.
Man.
Anyway. Speaking of the damn Cowboys. It's funny, man. I wish the Cowboy fans would shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
like, I'm not mad at y'all. I don't hate y'all. I hate that y'all think y'all are a good franchise.
You aren't good anymore.
Cowboys plus 10.5. Taking on the Commanders, who I think are highly overrated going into the second half of the season. I'm just waiting for this team to end up 8-9. Total set at 44.5. But ain't no damn way in hell they lose to the Cowboys this weekend. I teased this total down to 38, I think, with the thought that the Commanders will put up 40 on their head by themselves. But other than that, other than my teaser, like you said, these numbers suck. These games suck. The only games that are even remotely interesting, in my opinion, are the Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night games.
Yeah, the back end slate starts to get really, really good. Yeah, it's just getting you just got to get to 4 pretty much. Like these games there's gonna be some fun action. It's gonna be fun football. It's just like if you're looking to bet and try to find like, let me find what I can get. It's not gonna be a great time. You're probably gonna be pissed off yourself more than not, just because these games are just gonna be unpredictable this week too. A lot of division games as well. So when it comes to division games, that really tightens up the screws even more. For this Cowboys game, I do lean Commanders minus 10.5. But I just can't get myself there. Right. Yeah. How could you not? But I think I got to do it just because, they're probably going to beat the shit out of them, you would think. I'm going to take Brian Robinson. I'm going to take him to score a touchdown. We're going to take Austin Eckler score a touchdown. We're going to take Jerry McNichols score a touchdown. I think that it gets to the point where I wouldn't be shocked if all 3 of those guys score, mainly because the Cowboys can't stop the run for damn. I'm probably going to take all the rushing overs. I'm hoping to get Brian Robinson at a really good number. I don't know what his is at yet because I haven't seen it on any books, but I'm hoping to get him around 70 to 80-ish. I'll get Austin Eckler hopefully at 30-ish if I can. If not, I'm not taking it. And then for McNichols, if I can get him around 20 or 30 as well, I'd love that. Because I just think they're going to blow him out. McNichols for sure is going to get in towards the end of the game. So I'm going to try to get Brian Robinson on the front end, Jerry McNichols on the back end. And then, like I said, this is going to become a blowout at some point. So I don't think I'm going to be taking much more than that. But I will say a bet that I absolutely love Brandon Aubrey to make a 67-plus yard field goal versus the Washington Commanders at plus 3,700. Absolutely love that. I think that's an immortal lock of the weekend. I don't know why FanDuel's giving that out. I mean, that just feels easy money.
Plus 3,700.
For a 67-yard field goal, baby. I mean, what in the fuck? For real. Don't take that. What the fuck? What are we doing? If you bet on that, what are we doing? If you bet on that, I got a number for you. 1-800-GAMBLING help. I mean, yeah, I got some more. Just wait till I got some more week specials that they got. They got some good weekly specials this week.
Nah, they set these people up, bro. And I realized watching these commercials, and I realized listening to the radio, they're not promoting to us. They trying to get the motherfucker that ain't never heard, don't know what a spread or a money line is, and they trying to tell them, bet this 6 leg, put your little $20 lunch money on it, and do that every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Every now and again, I go from talk radio back to like just regular radio, listening to music.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to and Wild Wayne. You know, he's been on the radio 40 years, my whole life. I've heard this man on the radio. And all of a sudden, now this motherfucker giving out parlays for DraftKings. I said, bro, I ain't never heard this motherfucker talk about sports once. Like, I ain't never heard him even give out a Saints score or nothing. Man. And all of a sudden, now he giving out 5 legs. I said, ain't this some shit? With a promo
I've been secretly gambling my whole life. Now I can just talk about it. Type shit. Hilarious.
Shout out to Wild Wayne, bro.
Love it, man.
Man. Jump over to another 10.5 point game. Did we just talk about the Chiefs, or are we just talking about the Cowboys?
We just talked about Cowboys. I mean, if we're being real though, we could skip this game. I mean, I think it's Chiefs minus 10.5, and we just move on. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't win this game unless they just don't try.
You would lay the 10.5 with them
against the Panthers? Yeah.
You don't think they win this game 13-6, 17-11?
No. The Panthers are pretty bad. They're going to get, I think they're at least going to get 24, and I don't see how the Panthers get 14. So that's kind of I think they got 24-27 probably. They need to get some offensive stuff right after last game because they wasn't horrible, but they probably got some stuff to fix. And this is more of I don't know how the Panthers score or keep up on offense, and the Chiefs just have to fall into 3 touchdowns and they'll win, I think, and cover.
Man, former number 1 pick, Bryce Young, bro. Superstar. You don't think this is his moment? I'm at home. Got the GOAT coming. Time for me to shine. 6 interceptions
Maybe next
later.
Year. Maybe next year. No, I just, man, that defense, that's going to be tough. I think he does score at least a touchdown or 2, but yeah, like I said, I don't think it's all Bryce Young. I just don't understand how the Panthers are going to stop Patrick Mahomes, boy.
The most automatic thing in my head in the NFL is the Chiefs winning. And the least automatic thing in my head is the Chiefs covering.
Yep. Pretty accurate, though. That's the only thing that scares me.
I saw 10.5 and just said, bro, they're going to win this bitch by 10 or 9.
I'm prepared for it, but they shouldn't, but I'm prepared for it.
Hell yeah. This one I actually do think is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun. I kind of like the plus 7.5 home dogs. Indianapolis Colts AR got that thing loaded up and ready to roll. Looking good after last week. 50 in a hook. The only thing is, you're running into them bad boy Detroit Lions. How you feeling about your Colts this week, man? I noticed you got the Light the Sig on shirt. No, not rocking the blue.
I wore the blue last I was about to say I wore the blue last 3 or 4 weeks. I gotta change it up a little bit. I can't be super biased. No, I'm actually pretty nervous about this game, but I think they're gonna keep it close. Generally the one thing that has killed the Lions a lot is rushing quarterbacks. So this is a really, really nice opportunity for Anthony Richardson to keep it close. I hate to say it. I am going to bet on the Colts, but it's hard to bet against the Lions right now the way they're playing. They literally pants the Jaguars, pushed them in the pool, pulled them back out the pool, pants them again, and then pushed them back in the pool just to show how dominant they were. I mean, 38 first downs, 0 punts against the Jags. The nice part is, though, I mean, they basically played a practice squad, and now they're coming in playing a real football team. Man, best team ever, by the way, the Jaguars. Best team ever on paper. Shad Khan came out and said. Anyway, though, no, in all seriousness, I think the Colts can keep it close. It's just going to depend on AR plays. I mean, that's the wild card of every week. How's AR going to play? I think I'm going to take his rushing over, though. I'm going to take him for sure, score a touchdown. For sure going to bet on Dave Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Because we're going to get 2 or 3 of those for sure.
Yeah.
And then if you want, I think this week I'm going to go with the running backs, take both their rushing over. The Colts give up something, and it's always a big passing over or rushing over somebody, so that could be automatic. And this is my second lock of the weekend. Detroit Lions to score an offensive touchdown on each of their first 7 drives, plus 30,000. Absolute lock. Put the mortgage on it. I mean, what in the? I mean, they can't even. They don't even show odds for that in live games, man.
Babe, I need the credit card.
Dude,
that shit
30,000. I mean, don't even put $1 on that. Because you're going to be pissed when they maybe score the opening drive and then second drive it's 3 and out and they punt. And it's like, why the fuck did I even try to root for that? Like, first score in the first 7 drives. I mean, the Chiefs aren't even going to do that to the Panthers. That was like one of those weird rare things last
have
week.
7 drives in the game. I mean, I don't know how. In my head, you like honestly.
That could be true though.
I watch football, and in my head, you get 3 drives a half.
Some games, yeah. With both these teams like being running teams as well, there is a chance that this rock just like gets pounded a little bit and all that. Yeah, I mean,
the best chance here is to stop Detroit from having 10 drives.
Yeah, then exactly. So if if the Colts give them like 12, 13 drives, this is gonna be an ugly game. They can hold them to like 7, 8, then we're gonna feel really good. But also defense might be on the field a lot. That might be scary.
I'm gonna say this, bro. This game's gonna be close. The first quarter and a half or so. But I'm gonna tell you my favorite bet of this weekend. It's on this game. And I'm not gonna root against you boys. Just give me that over, bro. Lions gonna put up 34. If the Colts can keep it close, great. If not, the Lions gonna put up 52. But this thing gonna be ugly. And I like the Colts, bro. They showed me last week. Last week, that was one of my favorite bets was Jets Colts over. This one's a little higher, of course, but Colts have one of the best offensive schemes I've seen. All they got to do is get their quarterback right. Defense trash. Lions just offensive juggernaut. Only thing that worries me is the Lions not gonna give up no damn points. But man, like we said, if the Colts can run the ball and just get some drives going, I just need them to give me 17, 24 points.
Yep. That's all we need. Hopefully they can just keep the Lions like 27-30 cover.
Yeah.
Maybe even win outright.
Hey, it's possible, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
It's the NFL. I mean, the Colts beat the Chiefs last year. Let's be real. The Colts beat the Chiefs right here in Lucas Oil. I mean, wouldn't it be hilarious?
It's the football. It's the NFL, bro.
Any given Sunday.
And we see it every Sunday, and somehow we're still surprised.
Still surprised.
Every Sunday we see an 8-point dog, a 6-point dog, 10-point dog win outright.
How? Makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the over here, bro. 50 in the hook. I mean,
I
think it's gonna skyrocket over. I think we're looking at, like you said, I think it's gonna be like 34 or 28.
Yeah. Here come the fun games too now. After this one.
No, I believe you. There's one of them. No, I'm playing.
Oh, this one.
Sorry. Sometimes I can't write and talk, and I don't know why it takes me sometimes 5 seconds to write a damn timestamp down. I just keep looking and writing like one letter at a time. The Broncos.
Yeah. This number moved.
Sean Payton, greatest coach this country's ever seen. Bo Nix, the hottest rookie in the world. They're taking on a team that probably should just take a sabbatical. Like, look, y'all got it, bro. We'll be back in 2026, 2027 with a better team. Y'all got it, bro. We need to figure out coaching, players, front office. I don't know how the hell we paying for this damn stadium other than the fact that we're the Raiders. And we got fans from the 80s that don't realize we trash. I
Man,
got
the
a
Raiders
great
are pretty
idea, bro.
bad.
There's a coach that probably still got some Raiders gear that just got fired. And there's a quarterback that I want the hell up off my team that y'all loved. Take your boys back, bruh. But no, I don't
Oh
have nothing on
man,
this game. I just want the Raiders to take Derek Carr and Dennis Allen back as a package deal somehow. Even though Dennis Allen already out of here, but
think I was thinking like, did you talk about Gruden for a minute? Because I was like, he signed to Barstool. And you're
yeah.
like, he just got fired recently. I'm like, oh, no, I ain't John Gruden. And you're like, he was on my team. It's like, I like Broncos at 5.5. I'm not betting this game, man. I'm good. I don't need to. I'll probably take Broncos live. Maybe they go down a little bit early, but the Raiders stink. I'm not taking Bronco props anymore. Sean Payton's pissed me off enough this season. I'm over his ass.
Oh no,
Running
I
all
think he
these.
looks at the props and does the opposite. Like I'm gonna get that plus 8,000 guy touchdown. The minus
Man,
110. Hell no.
first touchdown of the game, Lucas Kroll. Bet you nobody bet that shit. No, I just can't. I just can't bet that. I mean, they got 3 running backs. They got 15 receivers. They got 14 tight ends. I mean, I just can't do it, man.
Hey, sports
And then the
book's best
Raiders,
friend.
I'll bet on Brock Bowers or it's bust because that team stinks.
This is probably the most overrated game of the week. Probably gonna be a fun one, but if you watch it, you're probably gonna regret it.
Mm-hmm.
49ers, Packers. I'm just picturing the ugliest 1917 game you've ever seen in your bleeping life.
Repeat of Seahawks last week, pretty much.
I mean, it's the Niners. That's how they play football. It's watered down hot dogs with a soggy bun, bro. Like I don't get how people could eat that shit. I love hot dogs, but I don't like that shit. Green Bay
Yeah.
Packers at home minus 1.5. If I had to bet this game, I was hoping the 49ers would get up to plus 3 or something. Total 47.5. I kind of like the under just because both of these offenses, they don't seem to want touchdowns. They seem to be happy just scoring 20 points on 2 or 3 field goals and barely winning the damn game. And now we're about to celebrate. We're
Yeah.
5-5. Time to celebrate.
After what the Packers showed last week against the Bears, I'm wondering if there's a little bit of a hangover effect. I'm actually just going to take the 49ers because they're plus money, and I feel like they always beat the Packers. Feels like they always run on them, always beat them. Going to take Christian McCaffrey, score a touchdown. Then past that, yeah, I'm just not even going to try to think about this game too much. I mean, it's going to be the only game we're on at 4, so I'll probably watch it, obviously, and have some fun with it. But probably bet it pregame, and then hopefully just maybe take 1 or 2 guys to score live, and then just try not to touch this game. It's week 12.
Man, I got so many futures on Packers, and I got so many Packers players on my fantasy team. I don't even know how that happened. I didn't draft none of them. Well, I drafted Jaden Reed, but all of a sudden I got Jordan Love, their defense.
You got invested on them boys.
Yeah,
You're
they're
just a
supposed to be
cheesehead at heart.
good. They're supposed to be a good team, bro.
They are good. They just aren't great.
They just don't. Yeah. Bro,
Skating
I
by.
forget who it even was they played, bro. It was like a month ago. All I know is I was in LA with $400 on the Packers minus 3 or minus 4, and them motherfuckers won by 2 or 3. It was like one of
Jaguars.
them. It probably was, bro. Your boy pulled his groin. Malik Willis came in the second half. It
It
was
was
like
Jaguars.
27-17, fourth quarter. I went and bought some pizzas thinking like, man, all they got to do is get one stop and run the clock out. They didn't get that one stop. They let them come and
Trevor
tie the
Lawrence rushed
game.
it in.
Fuck the
I
Packers.
remember that game. Fuck the Packers. I'm over them.
I ain't bet them since, and it's a good thing because they ain't covered since, I feel like.
I don't think they have. Didn't
They
cover
shook.
last week.
They shook, I tell you. Now, you know what's crazy? I almost bet them, bro. All week, I was like, I'm going to just take the Packers minus 5, bro. It's the Bears. And then last minute, I was like, bro, I ain't betting the Packers no more, bro.
I'm over this team.
You lose $400, bro. You like, yeah, I ain't yet. I don't even know why the hell I bet that much on their ass, bro.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not a pack. Maybe not cheesehead anymore.
I thought that shit was automatic, bro. Jaguars?
And every week since then, the Jaguars just been getting that ass busted.
It's the NFL, bro. I love it, man. This is why people love it.
The best
Drama.
team on paper
We got the Arizona
Trash ass.
Cardinals, who I think should get that title as well. Top of the NFC West for now, -1.5 on the
Favorite.
road, taking on the Seahawks. I don't see it. I don't get it.
-110 for the division, by the way.
And they're only one game up on it. Everybody's 5-5.
Yeah. The Rams are +500 at the bottom. If you want the Rams are hot.
I'm sick of hearing about that shit.
Cardinals,
That's like
Seahawks. This is gonna be fun.
The trendiest bet. Now it will be fun. I honestly, I cannot wait to see both of these quarterbacks run 17 yards horizontally every play, and then just hope somebody catches the ball they throw.
Give me Cardinals money line in this game. I like James Conner score a touchdown. Probably going to bet Trey Benson score a touchdown. But yeah, love this opportunity because 49ers lost last week. You get them at plus money. Love it. You're coming to this week. Seahawks were the favorite, and you get the Cardinals at plus money. Absolutely love it after the game we saw last week because I think Seahawks probably lose this week. And then 49ers win.
Let me ask you 2 questions. And you ain't got to answer either one. You can answer them as quick as you want. You think this total gets hit? I kind of like the over here, but I'm kind of scared of it because both of these teams been winning a lot of games in the 16 to 20 point range. And the second question I have: Seahawks win the division. You think Mike McDonald gets any love as coach of the year? 50-1.
No, I don't even think he's in the conversation. Even if they win it, I think that we're pretty much the guys you see on the list are probably the top 5 favorites. I'm narrative wise, I feel like they're locked in. I think everyone's kind of already over McDaniel this year there. So I don't think for that one, I just don't think he's going to stand a chance because I mean he's going to have to they're going to have to look good in all those wins. That's the thing. They're going to have to look like really, really good, I feel like. And then for the over, I don't mind it, but I just feel like it's going to be like a 24-21 game. You get 46 and or 45 and you just get pissed off. Feels like a really good number they have on that. But I also could see it being 38-33. That's the only thing. That's why I'm just staying away because I feel like it's going to be 24-21 or 38-33, one of those two.
You can't gauge it. And excuse me, Mike McDonald 75-1. And on the other side,
I would do it for the odds, but
Arizona Cardinals coach
Gannon,
they're only one game above him.
Gannon
plus 650. I feel like, and I could be wrong. Seahawks win this game, go on a little run, win the division. How does Mike McDonald not get substituted for Jonathan Gannon, who I believe is only there because of a 1-game lead in a division halfway through the season?
I was about to tell you, I would take it for the odds, but I just don't know if he's going to win it. But I would definitely take it at those odds because you could probably get a decent cash out if Seattle actually goes on a run. Because he'll for sure finish top 5 if they go on a run. I just don't know if he's going to win it.
Yeah, I feel like the people that vote for this hate Mike Tomlin. Dan Campbell, they feel like the Lions are just too good for him to win it. Jim Harbaugh, like at plus 500. And then it's like nobody until Mike McDonald that has any kind of narrative, I think.
Yeah. That narrative part will be a big part of it as well.
Because, I mean, Andy Reid, he got to go 17-0, right?
Pretty much. They know he good. Like, you don't need coaches here, Andy. You're getting all these damn Super Bowls. You'll be all right.
That must suck, though, as a coach. Like, bro, what I got to do?
Okay, he should win it damn near almost every year.
Yeah, dog. Like, what do I have to do to win a damn... Anyway, let's jump to these primetime games real quick. I'm sorry for getting you derailed.
No, you're all good. No worries at all.
Sunday night, this is probably the game I'm looking forward to the most this week. We got the Ravens taking on the Chargers. I just love this Chargers team because they're supposed to be good the last 6-7 seasons, and they finally are good. And it's just you can see it on the players
Sunday night
there. Yeah. Oh my God, I skipped it.
I know because we were just talking about our Rams futures. I was ready to bring that back up. Rams.
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't know if I want to. Nah, I'm playing. Let's get to Sunday night. That's on me, y'all. We'll get to the Ravens Chargers in a second.
Because we can make this one quick. That's why I wanted to. We can make this one quick.
Eagles Rams. Eagles -2.5 on the road going to Los Angeles, which I'm sure will be full of Rams jerseys. Not. There's gonna be more Eagles fans. That's just how this thing goes. 48.5 is the total. I mean, if I could get a loan right now, I would do it just to bet these Eagles. -2.5.
Yeah,
I feel like this should be -5.5, -4.5, maybe even up to -6.5.
Yeah, I think that the Eagles the way they've been looking on offense too. They've been looking really, really good. That defense, they got the exciting whites in the back. They looking good, man. Eagles -2.5. I just love the number. Absolutely love the number, and the fact that I dropped from 3.5 to 2.5. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love it for a lot of reasons. One of the main reasons is the Rams. They're gonna shoot themselves in the foot trying to win this game. They're not gonna give a fuck about a field goal to cover. Like not even late. I'm talking like second quarter. Like they're gonna go for it on
Oh yeah,
4th and 3 instead of kicking that field goal.
they're gonna try to win this game because they do need to like get some wins here, or it's gonna get. This is like almost. I'm not gonna say a must win, but this is a huge game for them, especially if the Eagles get stuck in the wild card situation. That could cause some chaos.
Hell yeah, Jamaica me crazy, man.
Man,
All right, I already
now we can.
hyped this one up.
I was saying now we can get
Baltimore
some hype one.
Chargers, Harbaugh, Jackson, Herbert, Henry. I don't even know the Chargers running back.
Dobbins, J.K.
Yeah, I'm
Dobbins,
tripping. Why? How did I forget
Gus
that?
Edwards.
I know Gus Edwards, my guy. I can't tell you how much I put on Gus Edwards' shoulders in the preseason, from fantasy to futures to. I mean, I thought the kid was about to have the best year of his life.
You and me both. And then J.K. Dobbins said, "No. This is my backfield."
I honestly don't know how I feel about this game. I mean, the over looks tempting. I'm probably gonna wait till Monday and just kind of feel it out from there. +3 at home for the Chargers. It always feels good. Ravens been a little shaky the last few weeks, but every time I feel like you doubt the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, he comes out and wins 5 straight by 40 points and secures the MVP.
I just think it's going to be a close game, so that's why I like the Chargers +3. This is going to be a really fun battle. I mean, there's a lot of Ravens that are on the Chargers now. This is pretty much just the Baltimore Chargers. I mean, you're talking J.K. Dobbins. I mean, I don't even need to go. I'm not going to go through the list because there's a good amount of players, but so I like J.K. Dobbins to get a revenge game touchdown here. I'm going to probably take Quentin Johnson, Ladd McConkey's receiving overs if they're at good numbers because Baltimore's defense is kind of ass against the pass. So that's something we can definitely take advantage of there. I'm going to keep my eyes on that. Rushing wise, we're obviously going to take Derrick Henry, score a touchdown, keep that streak alive. I don't know. I don't think I want. We're going to wait till Monday, obviously, look at some other stuff because they aren't going to have lines out for probably another few days. But this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be, like I said, those last 4 games at the end are going to be a lot of fun. That's what we got to look forward to is 49ers, Packers, Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams, Eagles, Ravens, Chargers, and tonight should be a great one.
Yeah. I hate to put a lot of pressure on this game, but this Baltimore Chargers game, to me, feels like the first game where it's like football season is for real.
Yeah.
Like we got the playoff push. This game, both of these teams probably gonna be in the playoffs regardless. But this just feels like one of them games where okay, we starting to get some good games that matter with some good teams, and we're about to really see the litmus test on a lot of these teams these last 5, 6, 7 weeks of the season.
Yes. That's 100% what's going down because now all of a sudden these matchups are mattering. Like Colts Broncos in a few weeks is going to be a playoff game because that's going to be probably for the last one of the wild card spots. Like that's what's going to be fun about the rest of the season. It's like a lot of these matches, like Ravens Chargers. This is for at this point, this is for a wild card spot because believe it or not, your Pittsburgh Steelers are number 1 in the division. So them Ravens they got the mass in the wild card right now. So this is a huge game. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you said it best. These games matter. We can go through it. Probably
It's
go
time.
through that a little more next week.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the Ravens damn
Can't
sure
wait,
ain't
man.
looking like they gonna get that 1 or 2 seed.
Man, we might have like a hour 45 episode next Thursday with all the shit that we got loaded up.
Hey, bring it on, baby. Bring it
Can't wait.
on. We ain't got shit to do next week either, bro. Make
We're
sure
gonna
you
have
get your
that Thursday.
turkeys thawed out so you can listen to us in the morning.
Oh yeah, get them turkeys thawed. But yeah, your boy gotta get running. Appreciate you, man. Love you, man. I got any offensive lineman score touchdown this weekend +950 if you want to get nasty with it. Probably won't be shocked the Lions do it against the Colts just to dunk on them. But much love, man. I can't wait to see you next week. Gonna be a great weekend, and man, big games on Saturdays, big games on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Light it up, baby.
Yeah, light them damn cigs, baby. I'll see you later, and hey, all rise.
My dog. I appreciate you, man, so much. My guy. Jaden Chandler Parnell from the JC Pod on YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. Go back 10 seconds if you need to see it at Jaden95 Chandler. Man, got me juiced about football. I haven't thought about football in 2 weeks. Now I'm geeked. Geeked up and ready to roll. But man, let's shift our attention to a little hardwood action here. I want to talk a few things. I want to talk. It's Captain by Hook, the Red Beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, presented by Stare Down Sports, Stare Down Greatness. Talk some college hoops here, probably the next 20 minutes or so. I want to break down way too early. Why the hell did you even do it? Bracket and go through it. I ended up with Kentucky and Duke. So that'll be fun. Every Thursday we'll do this. I'll go through that. I want to look at Marquette's futures. I want to talk about some buying points. Just listen to the show. We'll talk about Marquette's futures all season. That's going to be one of the teams I'm monitoring very closely. And then I want to preview today's games. Believe it or not, there must be a God. On the Thursday, 17 weeks from March Madness, we got games starting at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and not just 1 or 2. And then we got games at noon. We got games at 1:30. I mean, I don't know if Thanksgiving came early or Christmas is here. Breaking down all these games, give all my bets a little later in the show. What do you know? Lines already moving and grooving. Things like the stock market, baby. You got to get in where you fit in. But man, let's jump onto this madness real quick. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Of course, leading up to March, we'll spend more and more and more time on it. Once football's over, Thursdays will be completely about the madness, and I'll give you the tiers and start breaking down team. If you watch the show, you know how we do it every year. Last 2 seasons, highly successful college basketball seasons, especially the tournaments. But looking at it right here, I'm just gonna skip to my Sweet 16 as of right now. We're talking Kansas, Creighton, Kentucky, Xavier, Gonzaga, St. John's, Rutgers, Ohio State, UConn, Cincinnati, Houston, Michigan State, Auburn, Marquette, Duke, Iowa State. Just that alone, some of the best matchups I've ever seen. I mean, I literally spent 40 minutes last night trying to figure out if I would take Auburn or Marquette in the Sweet 16, if that matchup happened to happen. And let me tell you, this is the most fun I've had in decades. Ended up taking Marquette. I don't know, man. Auburn's Auburn's top 3, top 4 school. They're up there. One of the best. I don't believe in Bruce Pearl postseason. And I don't believe in these Auburn players postseason. I could be wrong, and that could change. It's November, baby. I could come here on February 22nd and tell you that the Auburn gonna win the whole damn thing. That's why you monitor it through the whole season. But anyway, I ended up taking Marquette, Duke, Houston, UConn, Rutgers, Gonzaga, Kentucky, and Kansas would be my Elite Eight, which gives us the Kansas-Kentucky matchup. And that one made me get out of my chair. I literally went and looked. Do Kansas and Kentucky play in the regular season? Because I want to watch that game. I will cancel anything to watch that game. Anything. Lamont Butler, DeJuan Harris. That's a point guard matchup you only get once in a while. And that's a point guard matchup you only get in college basketball. And there's great point guard matchups every week. But to get two experienced 4 or 5 year guys at the top of the game, cream of the crop, it's just amazing. Like if one of these guys was a freshman and a senior and it's just two big names, no. We got two of the biggest. I mean, DeJuan Harris won that thing a few years ago. Lamont Butler got to the finals 2 years ago, got to the Sweet 16 last year. Now he's with Kentucky. I mean, if it happens, I'm gonna take Kentucky just for the shooting, better shooting, and I don't believe in Hunter Dickinson all that much. So that leaves me with Kentucky, Gonzaga, UConn, and Duke. The ugliest, blue bloodiest Final Four I've ever seen. But that's what I ended up with last night. Again, ended up with Kentucky and Duke in the final game. I didn't even go far enough to see who I think would win it all. I got to come down from this Kentucky high I've been on these 3 weeks. I mean, they have just looked immaculate in every game. They play a bad team, they win 103-50. They play a good team, they win by 8. I cannot wait to see this Kentucky Gonzaga game coming up in a few weeks. Just geeked about Kentucky. So maybe I'll come down from that drug after they play a few more good teams and I see what they really are. But right now, I mean, this team, both units, starting 5 and the second unit, I feel like could be a starting 5, and they come off that bench running and gunning and looking to shoot. I feel like the second team gets in the game and tries to show the coach like, bro, we should be the first team. You don't see that often. You see a lot of second units come in and just kind of play their role. I don't want to do too much. Just try to. Now this second unit comes in like, bruh, well, I don't even know why the hell we wasn't in the game in the first place. Give me the damn ball and watch me ball. But ended up with Kentucky Duke. Don't know how kind of gave Duke a lot of bias, a lot of help. Um, don't know how much I truly believe in Duke yet. Honestly, I mean, we just watched Kentucky Duke 2 weeks ago. Which makes me think also, I mean, we get that matchup again in the championship. Who knows? Cooper Flag, he's a little more experienced, a little more poised. Maybe he makes the plays at the end of the game to win it. So that's where we're at March Madness wise. Let's jump to these Marquette futures real quick, and then we can, I mean, real quick. And then I want to break down today's games and give out today's betties. I bet 2 games last night. I might have a few more, but right now for sure got 2 of them things for you. Um, but let's look at Marquette's futures real quick. Conference, specifically in the Big East, you can get them right now plus 600 to win the Big East. And although I do like that number, I'm gonna look at this number in a month. I'm gonna wait it out right now. Look at it in a month. I mean, if you want a crazy parlay, conference winners, Kentucky plus 1,300, Marquette plus 600, Louisiana Tech plus 250, and then the automatic Gonzaga at minus 600. Yeah, you win about 40,000 off of 100 on that thing. Um, and I love that. But I do think Marquette has a true chance to win this Big East. I definitely think they can split with UConn. The thing is, they'd have to probably sweep either Creighton or St. John's and split with the other two. And then, of course, it's the Big East. You're going to need a lot of dominoes to fall. You're going to need a few upsets here and there. And then you got a team like Xavier, who I think could come and mess up everybody's chances. Not saying Xavier could win it. They could. Definitely talented enough. But I could see like Xavier beating Marquette and that being the game that matters the most. Yeah. Marquette also has a tough few stretches. At one point they go UConn, St. John's, and Creighton in a span of 7 days. That's early February, and I think they end the season UConn, St. John's as well. So you probably want to get in there before that UConn game, early February, because if they do happen to go 2 out of 3, UConn, Creighton, St. John's, or win all 3, they're going to be up there near the favorites. So I'm hoping they kind of struggle over this next month. I can get a plus 1,200, plus 1,800. That's the numbers I want. Probably won't get there because, I mean, they're just a damn good team. But if I can get anything crazier than plus 600 around Christmas time, I'm going to take that as the Big East starts to warm up. That's the most curious one I got. I mean, I've been screaming Kentucky plus 1,300, plus 1,800 since before they played Duke. So if you haven't heard me say bet Kentucky, uh, you should probably bet Kentucky. I mean, this number is gonna get plus 3,400 over the. I mean, honestly, I'm scared every day that's gonna drop just because I like it sitting there for me to double, triple, full, quadruple down if I want to. Um, Definitely trying to go a little harder on them. I got something on them at plus 1,800. Haven't touched this plus 1,300, but I think I need to, because I think we're gonna see a plus 2,300 before we know it. The fact that Alabama and Auburn co-favorites at plus 220 makes sense, but I mean they're not that much better than Kentucky. Tennessee shouldn't even be in this damn conversation. Um, the fact that Kentucky is closer to Arkansas and Florida than Auburn and Alabama, it's just flat out wrong. Just flat out wrong. And that's me telling you that. Jack, put some Jack on that breakfast. Huh? How you love that? How you love that? But anyway, man, Captain by a hook, baby. Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs. Let's look at some games we got today. I mean, this is the best day in the world. Started getting cold. Weather's cooling off. And we got college basketball starting at 10 a.m. I mean, call a doctor. I need to check my heart rate. Am I dead and in heaven? James Madison. They're taking on UIC. James Madison minus 3.5. Uh, gotta bet it. Two reasons. It's a 10 a.m. game. And who the hell is UIC? And that's a horrible reason to bet a game. I haven't bet it yet, but the more I look at it, minus 3.5 against a team I never heard of in my life. Uh, so just all right. So James Madison's 1-2. UIC is 1-1. Oh no, yeah, James Madison's 2-2. UIC's 3-1. Excuse me. UIC's 2-0 against the spread. 2-0 on the overs, and James Madison's 2-1 on the overs. So maybe the overs to play here at 145. But I feel like that's fool's gold. That's cottage cheese on moldy bread. Don't nobody want that. But I could be wrong. That's over could be a good play, but I'd have to look into some more dynamics for that. But James Madison, man, I don't know. First game of the day, baby. Get it rolling. If you want to wait, there's a great one at 11. Miami taking on Drake. Drake had an amazing season last season. And they're starting off this season pretty hot too. Both of these teams are 3-0. And both of these teams, I mean, Miami's 1-2 against the spread. So not the greatest team at covering. Minus 10.5. That's why I'm staying away from it. Although I do think we see Miami win this game by about 18. That's about the number I have for this game, between 17 and 19, which is 18. So Miami minus 10.5. Early games always get me, because I love nothing I love more than to bet sports at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, Thursday. Baseball, I love a 2:30 on a Wednesday game. I just love these day games. Miami minus 10.5 will probably talk me into it just because of the time. At 1:30, we have another one that I just cannot wait to watch. Oklahoma State taking on Florida Atlantic. College basketball, baby. They're giving you some practice for the madness. All day hoops. Florida Atlantic plus 100 taking on Oklahoma State at home. Even money. I like Florida Atlantic there. I mean, Oklahoma State, since Cade Cunningham left, ain't been worth a dime and a nickel. That's 15 cents for the young folks. Florida Atlantic plus 100. Give it to me. I haven't taken it yet, but just previewing the games, baby. Talking you through it. Seton Hall plus 7.5 against VCU. I feel like that number's a little too big, but I do like VCU, and they're 4-0, 3-1 against the spread. Minus 7.5. How could you not bet VCU right there? Shaheen Holloway trying to figure it out since Kaderi Richmond left. He's the best point guard in the nation. Don't believe me? Watch St. John's play and then come back and holla at your boy. Indiana, minus 16.5. UNC Greensboro. Mike Woodson, shout out to him. He's got these boys rolling. 3-0 for Indiana so far. Only 2-1 ATS. 16.5 is a little too big for me in this one. 13-14, I got a bet. Over 15, I could just... This is one of those games you can see Indiana up 22 with 5 minutes left, and then they win by 12 because they let off the gas. But definitely like Indiana this season. Rooting for him this season. Rooting for Mike Woodson. He doesn't deserve to be on the hot seat, and I think he'll show that this year. South Carolina, Mercer. South Carolina laying 18.5. I want to see if they can do what they did last year and be one of the elite teams. So I'm just going to keep my eye on that game, stay away from it, betting wise. Same thing with Clemson. I want them to show me something. Clemson, minus 19.5. A little too big for me right now against Radford, although they probably win this thing by 25, 27 points. One of the biggest games of the night. I've been trying to decide this game. So Baylor St. John's, I'm gonna come back to it. I like Baylor, bro. But I just told you Kaderi Richmond is the best point guard in the nation. And I mean that. He's top 5. Maybe not the best. I just thought about Harris and Butler. I was talking about earlier. I'd probably take Butler over Richmond. But just raw talent, Richmond is just... If we was at the park, bro, it's like what people say about Kyrie Irving. Like, you probably take Steph over Kyrie for his career. But if we just at the park, give me Kyrie, dog. Give me Kaderi Richmond if we at the park. They're plus 115 at home, St. John's is. I'm not sure if this game is on campus, at the Garden, where the location is exactly. But, man, Baylor's just been on a tear and a mission since losing to Gonzaga on opening night. Man, I just think this is another prove-it game for them, and they have been doing nothing but proving it. St. John's, though, man, at home plus money, it's hard to pass up. So I haven't made a decision on this game yet, but I want to get some money on it some way or another. Maybe the over is a play, but I like Baylor's defense. Over is 152 in the hook. Feels a little big. And it's not like these teams just hitting the over at a great rate. I mean, you got 2-2 for the overs and 3-1 for the overs. So maybe they get this thing running. But this is going to be a great basketball game. I cannot wait. It's going to be countdown to that game all day. Stephen F. Austin, minus 8.5. I like it. I wish it was 4.5, but I like it at 8.5. Oh, Mississippi, Chris Beard and the gang. I've been screaming Ole Miss from the rooftop since the first day of the season. Minus 20.5, though. It just feels... Some of these numbers, man, we're still early in the season where these numbers just feel a little too big for me to take. Same thing with Oklahoma, minus 27.5. No, thank you. Michigan, minus 30 in the hook. I mean, this thing jumped from 26.5 last night to 30 in the hook. I mean, pass that thing my way. I ain't smoking some years, but I hit it tonight. Michigan minus 30 in the hook. Hell to the no. They haven't shown me enough that they can win a game by 40, 35. New Mexico, Grambling. That's going to be a funner one than people think. I think Grambling keeps it close, but ultimately I think New Mexico will win this thing by double digits. Maybe they get to 20. Maybe they don't. Still got a few more good ones for you tonight. The night. Man, excuse me. Washington State minus 11.5. They win this game by 15. I just don't know if I want to bet it. But I love Washington State. I think they win this game easily. I just think this is one of those games where we just saw them play North Colorado, excuse me. I watched Washington State play North Colorado. This game was 56-56, and the next thing you know, it was 84-62. It was like a 20-5 run they went on, but without that 20-5 run, I don't think they covered that game. And now you got 11.5 points you got to cover against Eastern Washington, albeit they'll probably do it. Like I said, I can see them winning this thing by 15 easily in their sleep. That's gonna be one I might come back to. Texas Tech as well, minus 10.5 on the road, taking on St. Joseph's. I don't know if St. Joseph's is that tough of a team to where they could play with Texas Tech. Texas Tech 4-0 on the season, 4-0 on overs hitting, 2-2 ATS. So 10.5 is kind of big on the road for a team that hasn't shown they can cover a number. And then this one, a fun one. It's moved 2 numbers. I fade Tennessee every chance I can get, and I back Virginia more than I should. Virginia plus 12.5 at home. I think they got a lot to prove with Tony Bennett leaving. Chips are on shoulders. Virginia plus 12.5. That's a great bet for me. Just a fun day across college hoops, baby. You know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna do it. F it. I'm gonna give out these bets, and you'll see what I said I'm gonna do. Sorry, man. Captain by a hook, baby. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I got 4 of them things for you. I just told you a minute ago Washington State should win by 15. I also just told you a minute ago that I'm gonna do it. And that's what I was talking about. Give me Washington State minus 11.5. I cannot clear my throat for Nathan. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is a morning show, people. Washington State minus 11.5 taking on Eastern Washington. Think they win this thing by 15 comfortably. Love Washington State. I think this is a good chance at home for them to have a blast. I know a lot of people skip the preview section. They just go straight to the bets. Virginia plus 12.5. That's an 8:30 game. That's probably gonna be a game I bet at 8:27. Just throwing that out there. But the other bets I have, we're gonna go Oregon, taking on Oregon State. Love Oregon. Oregon State's coach kind of on a hot seat. Last time he was on a hot seat, he went to the damn tournament and made some damn noise. I don't think that happens this time. Oregon minus 6.5. I think they win this game by double digits. I think this game should be 11.5, and it's only 6.5, and it's juiced to Oregon State. So give me Oregon minus the 6.5. I get the in-state rivalry. I get the fans will be rocking. I get all of that. But I'm also going to get this Oregon at minus 6.5, and make sure all my ducks is in a row at the end of the night. Memphis, Maine, taking on the Dons of San Francisco. Memphis, I believe, should be favorited by a lot more than this. I'm talking 6 to 9 points. I think Memphis wins this game comfortably, and by comfortably, they win by 8-ish. They win by 8 to 11, I think, depending on last-second heroics. They could be up 12. Somebody hit a 3, they win by 9. But I think they win around that range, 8 to 11, 8 to 12 points. Give me Memphis on the money line, minus 111. I mean, how the hell do you not do that? And then for the best bet of the day, I should have learned my lesson from yesterday. I got to stop giving you the best bets on the bets that move. But anyway, follow me on X. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start throwing out bets that I know is going to move. Because I know when these things are going to move. Last night at 6 o'clock, I bet Texas minus 8.5. Because I knew I was going to wake up to 11. It's to a 10.5 right now. 2 days ago, I took Rutgers 16.5. I knew I was going to wake up and see 20.5 is what I expected. Rutgers, though, I'm tired of them. I'm done betting them. 1-3 ATS. Get the hell up out my face. But anyway, my man Franklin Earl. I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horn. Man, I think I'm getting sick live on air. Can't clear my throat. Nose starting to run, starting to sweat. Feel like I'm about to throw up. Ain't that some bee's knees? Anyway, best bet of the damn day. Franklin Earl. Beardwinaton. I've watched Syracuse closely. Syracuse is this close. No. Syracuse is this close from being 0-3. And they have played nobody. Lemoyne? Young Jack State? Uncle Billy and them over across town? I don't even remember the teams they played. And now you're going up against Texas on the road. I told myself the first game Syracuse plays anybody for real, I'm laying it. And I don't give a damn what the number is. I got it at 8.5. You can get it at 10.5. The only thing that scares me is Syracuse. Last season we saw it. And I'm guessing that's going to be this new coach's MO. Is that they do play to their competition. I'm scared that they can't keep this thing feisty. Just because they're a feisty group. And they're going to be talking and jabbing and yabba dabba doing. And don't let them go on an 8-0 run at the right time. But I don't think they're that good. Give me Texas. Minus the 8.5, minus the 10.5. It's the best bet of the damn day. Texas to cover against Syracuse, baby. Man. Baylor and St. John's. Cannot wait to watch that game. Cannot wait. No, I don't have a bet on it. Just can't wait. Can't wait to watch it. I'm trying to talk myself into a bet, but that is probably going to leave you and I heartbroken. Or not. At the end of the day, this shit's a coin flip. 50-50, baby. Rock it and roll it. Recap these bets before we get the hell up on out of here. Before we get the hell up on out of yonder. Give me Oregon. Minus 6.5 taking on Oregon State. Oregon wins this thing by double digits. Memphis. Think they win it by 8-12. Give me Memphis on the money line, minus 111 right now, taking on the Dons of San Francisco. Much respect to San Francisco and the Dons. They're going to keep it close. I've just seen Memphis they know what they're doing this year. If it's a close game, I think they win it late. If it's a blowout, I think the other team doing the blowing out. Definitely could see this game being 82-74. It's kind of where I got it, my range. Like I said, 8-12 points. Memphis minus 111. Why am I just told y'all all this. I'm supposed to be recapping. Captain by a hook, baby, with the red beard. Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Stare down sports. Stare down greatness. College basketball bets on a beautiful Thursday. 17 Thursdays away from the madness. And we get a full day of college basketball today. Give me Oregon minus 6.5 taking on Oregon State. Give me Memphis on the money line minus 111 against the Dons of San Francisco. Give me Washington State minus 11 and the hook taking on Eastern Washington. And then the best bet of the day from my man Frank. Give me Texas minus 10.5. I got 8.5, 10.5. I still like it. I think Texas runs away with this thing. And Syracuse finally gets that first loss of the season that they've been this close to all season. For full breakdowns, check out the show Captain by a Hook on YouTube. That's what you're watching. Hey, don't get mad at me, man. I got TikToks and stuff I got to post. Anyway, holla at your guala. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. Take all of these wagers at your own risk. Thank you again to the amazing guest, Jaden Chandler Parnell from the JC Pod. Make sure you check him out. Show him some love. Holla. Dobbs.